Based on a report from the EPA.gov, Americans create over 250 million tons of trash and only recycle 34% of that. 34%. First, I'm going to inform you about how much garbage is accumulated across the globe. Then I'm going to inform you that not every country disposes of their garbage as the United States does. And finally, I'm going to inform you of a place called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Now, each person in the United States produces 4.43 pounds of garbage each day. 4.43 pounds of garbage, of waste. And with the population clock on census.gov stating that there are 314,905,316 million Americans, it's quite a bit of garbage in just one day. There's over 7,057,270,299 people in the world. And due to lesser countries' urbanization, the waste continues to grow. Worldwide waste per year is estimated at 16 billion tons of garbage. The United States uses landfills, recycling, composting. That's for most of their waste. But other countries, they're not as far advanced and are not able to do this. The underdeveloped countries are at a mercy of their governments sometimes, and when it comes to the money, they usually are. The governments take the money to let other countries dump their waste and their crap in their country because they know it's not going to matter to their people because they won't see any of the money. Some countries are actually paid to take in waste from other countries, like I just said. Countries in Eastern Europe, Asia, Africa, Latin America, those are some of the most affected countries. They not only have to worry about garbage that they produce, but garbage that other countries dump on them and pay off their governments. Captain Charles Moore says it the best. Only we humans make waste that nature can't digest. There's an area in the Pacific Ocean. It's known as the Great Pacific Garbage Dump. No one knows how long it's been there, but it was only discovered in 1997 by Captain Charles Moore. It can't be measured because the ocean has ebbs and flows and it moves, but it is thought to be 2 times the size of Texas, and as we all know, everything's bigger in Texas. But can you imagine a garbage patch twice the size of Texas? I honestly can't. It's unimaginable. Unfortunately, it's not the only place the garbage accumulates. Oceanographic features similar to the North Pacific tropical subtropical high, the STCZ, exist in other oceans in the world. There's a small recirculation gyre south of Kuroshito Current, and that's off the coast of Japan, that may concentrate floating marine debris, the so-called Western Garbage Patch. And with all these other countries, the tsunamis hitting them, and the earthquakes and everything else going back out into the ocean, that stuff washes up into everybody else's shores. So no, there's not a million pros to reducing, reusing, and recycling. There just aren't. There are cons to it. I mean, recycling, it requires sampling before recycling because not all plastics can be recycled together. Not all of this, not all of that can be recycled together. So it has to be tested.
The public perception regarding the usability of the products is not always positive, and it requires treatment first to ensure safe usability. Composting is a great thing, but it takes space. It requires maintenance, monitoring, and there's definite odors and possible runoff. The reusing things, I reuse things, but a lot of people don't. Public perception of that is pretty negative, actually. And then there's incineration, burning stuff, which you would think, hey, that's the easiest thing to do. The residue, it still proposes a problem. It can produce undesirable byproducts, transportation and concerns and costs, capacity limitations, how much you can burn, and then you still have the ash, and what do you do with that? So there's definitely got to be a better way.
So basically, what am I trying to tell you? Stop being an idiot. Stop using stuff and just tossing it away. It's killing our planet. Reduce, reuse, recycle. So much trash being made every day so that things can be made easier for us humans. And all we're actually doing is making it worse. Single use this, throw away that. It's killing our planet. All these plastic bags we have, they're getting entangled in oceans, and it's horrible. We need to stop. We need to find a better way. We're not reducing, we're not reusing, we're not recycling like we should. And if we don't change things, then there's not going to be a world for our children or our children's children.